What's going on, baseball fans? We're back for some May 11th game reviews. We've got 15 games that were played yesterday, Tuesday. But before that, I just want to talk quickly about some news in the league. Oakland, their owners came out saying like they've been given the green light, or pretty much told, not really given the green light, told to go out and start searching for different places where they can play if they can't figure out the stadium situation in Oakland. So I hope they figure it out, because Oakland's been around for a long time. They have Moneyball, they have all that stuff. It'd be a shame to see them leave, the fans and all that there. So hopefully they figure that something out and it's just a big bluff. Otherwise, we're going to jump in. We got 15 games. I don't want to spend too much time on that junk. And let's do it. Like, subscribe, yada, yada, yada. Go down there. Giants 4, Rangers 2. Giants they're rolling, and they're taking care of business against teams that are expected to be lower end, like the Rangers. So I'm glad to see them really stepping up, showing them what they're capable of. Dahl hits his third home run of the season for the Rangers in this one. They'd got out to a 1-0 lead, and then San Fran took the 2-1 lead. This was a Logan Webb show. Really, with Cueto coming back, his question in the lineup came up. 6 innings pitched, 10 Ks, 1 earned run. It looks like he's really making a statement about keeping him in this rotation. That seems to be San Francisco's biggest plus right now, is this rotation. It's been pretty monster. No home runs for the Giants. They just generated a couple runs off 4 hits. And that's it. That's basically it. Let's scroll over to the side here. We got next up Indians 3, Cubs 2. Indians twice came back from behind in this one. Down 1-0, then it was 1-1. Down 2-1, and then in the bottom of the 5th, they take a 3-2 lead, and they don't look back. With Shane Bieber on the mound, he went 6.2, 8 Ks, 2 earned runs. He is currently on the longest MLB streak in history of 8+ strikeouts per game. 20 games in a row now we're up to, and still going, because he had 8 Ks this game. They bring in Clay, 7th save. Alzolay for the Cubs, 6 innings pitched, 3 earned runs. He drops to 1-3, but very good start. They just couldn't get the run support, but that's what the Indians, they do. They shut you down with pitching, and if they score enough runs, even though it was only 3 this time, they're going to take the win. Home runs, Jose Ramirez joins the 10 home run club on the season. I think that's the 4th entry, maybe the 5th at this point. Might be forgetting one person. Cesar Hernandez, his 3rd home run of the season. Eric Sogard hit his 1st of the season as well in this one. Pirates 7, Reds 2. After that big blowout win, they flipped the scripts. Take a quick lead in the beginning, and then it's tied, and then they just pulled away in this one. Brubaker, he's the starter this time. Went 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 4 Ks. The guy's been very good so far for the Pirates this season. He's 3-2 on the season, but the rest come in, get a bunch of holds along the way, and then they take a big lead late in the game. So that's it. Hoffman, 4 innings pitched, 3 earned runs. Home runs, we got Adam Frazier. Hit his 1st of the season so far. And then Winker for the Reds hits his 7th. Winker continues to hit the ball, mash the ball. He's got 3 hits in this game, 2 RBIs. He's batting .374, 1.114 OPS. Jesse Winker really popping. But for the Reds, this is a disappointing loss. They wanted to keep that momentum going from that 14-1 win, and they just couldn't. Phillies 6, Nationals 2, and I gotta admit, I was a little concerned here. They were up 3-0, and then Nationals start threatening later in this game, 6 innings, bring it to 3-2, and they even had a chance to bring it even closer. But luckily, the Phillies pull out. They break away late in this game for a huge win. Going down here, Harper. First, 7th home run of the game in the 1st, and Trey Turner hits his 8th home run. I say 7th home run of the game of his season. Trey Turner is up to 8, which is pretty crazy. Fede, 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, and Chase Anderson went 5, 2 earned runs, 5 Ks. And then it was one of those situations where the Phillies bullpen came close to blowing it, but they do squeak out a win here, a big win for them. Tigers 8, Royals 7, and this was I turned it off. It was 7-0 Detroit because I'd check in on this one periodically. Just kind of check. I like watching these two teams, see how they compete. To me, they're the future of the Central, right? The Tigers up 7-0. You think it's over, and then by the end of the ninth, by the end of the KC's batting in the ninth, it's 7-7 somehow. But Detroit does manage to walk this one off in the ninth. Robbie Grossman had 2 hits in this game, 5 RBIs, and he had the walk-off hit at the end there. Jorge Soler hits his 3rd home run of the season for the Royals, and the Tigers didn't have any home runs. Matthew Boyd, 6 innings pitched, 0 earned runs. He's by far been the best pitcher on the Tigers. It's down to 1.94 ERA. Brady Singer, 3.1, 4 earned runs, and the Royals kind of continuing to struggle with their starters. Irvin Santana did have 3-inning pitch of no earned run baseball, which is a pretty good sign. I don't know if they're going to keep using him in this kind of role, or they're going to kind of switch him to do the starter bullpen kind of situation. I feel like he's going to be one of the guys definitely when they have doubleheaders. He'll get one of the starts. But Royals dropped this one, and that's unfortunate. And they almost had a crazy comeback. Mets 3, Orioles 2. Another little walk-off situation here, and the Orioles had been not cruising, but they were up 2-1 going into the ninth, and they blew it in the bottom of the ninth here. It was a very good game. Pitcher's duel for sure. John Means, 6 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 3 Ks. Stroman on the other side, 6.1, 1 earned run, 5 Ks. Both end up with a no decision here, and the blown save goes to Valdez, who gets his 3rd blown save of the season. I think it's tied at least for, if not leading, for most blown saves so far this season. Unfortunate, but a big win. The Mets need this to stay in that hunt. 17-13 now on the season. A's 3, Red Sox 2. Red Sox got out to an early 1-0 lead before the A's tied it up in the 4th. No home runs for the A's in this one. Devers does hit his 9th of the season. That's in the 7th inning, which brings the Red Sox with 2 within 1. I think they got the bases loaded even in that same situation. Maybe it was the inning later. And they just couldn't pull through. Losing by 1. Evaldi, 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 4 Ks. Great start. Brings his ERA down to 4.20. Bassett, 7 innings pitched, 10 Ks. Very good start for him. He's just great. I know he made the wrap. Bassett, 10 Ks at Fenway. It was his childhood dream, so that's a big deal, and he really cruised the A's to a win here. The A's go to 22-15, and they're taking a big lead in this division here. Next up, we got Yankees 3, Rays 1, and the Yankees finally getting some wins from the Rays. I know it's been their kryptonite over the past couple of seasons, but this is a good one, and it's showing they're pretty much playing the way Yankees play. They win off pitching and home runs. Aaron Judge hits his 8th of the season, Gary Sanchez his 4th, whereas the Rays' only run comes from a Zunino home run along the way. Jordan Montgomery, 6 innings pitched, 9 Ks, and then they bring in Loaizaga, wow. And Chapman comes in for his 8th save. If you're seeing Chapman in the 9th and you're down, it's probably game over. Patino, 4 innings pitched, 1 earned run. And then Josh Fleming comes in, 4 innings pitched with 1 earned run. It's a very interesting situation. They both just give up a home run as their earned run. It's interesting because just how you don't see that often. 4 innings pitched and then 4 innings pitched. But it seems to be Tampa Bay's strategy with Josh Fleming coming in off the bench. Blue Jays 5, Braves 3, and this was a nice come-from-behind victory for the Blue Jays. They were down 2-0, then Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hits a 2-run home run. He had a good night, 3 hits, 3 RBIs. And Teoscar Hernandez also another 3-hit night there. Acuna Jr. hits his 11th home run of the season, so he's now leading the league. Ozuna also hits his 5th. Both of these coming off Robbie Ray, which we know is kind of his kryptonite, his home run balls, right? That and walks, but he seemed to have those under control tonight. 6 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, 10 Ks and 2 home runs. And then Bryce Wilson went 6, 2 earned runs, all coming off Vladdy's home run. Jays bullpen closes the door. Once they got that lead, they got Thornton, Chapman, and all that coming in and getting it done. Minter on the other side, he got into a little bit of trouble in that 8th inning is when the Jays took the lead and managed to hold, and there was a lot of trouble with defense in that inning. Yeah, Vladdy answers Acuna in must-see TV. Love it. Next up, we got Cardinals 6, Brewers 1. This one was interesting because it was so close. It was 1-1 going, and we went to extras. We went to the 11th to really see that third run of the game. And then the Cardinals blew open. But Milwaukee, I thought they were going to cruise to that 1-0 win, but they didn't. And Goldschmidt hits his 6th home run of the season. This is in the 11th inning, and O'Neill. So in the 11th, they hit 2 home runs to close the door. No other home runs in this one. Freddie Peralta, 7 innings pitched, 0 earned run, 8 Ks. And Kim went 5.11 earned run, 6 Ks. And then the bullpen comes in, and Alex Reyes goes 2 innings pitched in extras here. Only a couple walks, which is so interesting how, because in extras, walks are kind of important. You might have to do walks just to kind of get that double play ball in order, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't like how these extra innings are really affecting stats. But Cardinals, big win here against the team closest to them on the tail, really. Astros 5, Angels 1. I'm going to scroll down. Ohtani went 7 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 10 Ks. Guy had an amazing start, just got no run support while he's in there. Lance McCullers on the other side, he went 8 innings pitched, 9 Ks. So just a straight up pitcher's duel. 2 of the best pitchers on their teams, really. Loving to see it. Ohtani's trying to put this team on his back. Ward hits his 2nd home run of the season. Tucker his 7th, and Gurriel his 6th. I don't know why that just flipped back. I didn't even click anything. Very strange. Very strange. So I was talking about home runs overall. Yeah. One thing to note here, I'm pretty sure Ohtani, he's became the first guy since like 1952 or something ridiculous like that. Always constantly setting new records and what. He's the first guy to have 10 Ks and then also play field in this game. So they end up putting him in right field later in this game. This guy's, man, if the Angels get anywhere, it's going to be MVP conversation for him everywhere, right? White Sox 9, Twins 3. It started off, you thought the Twins were going to be winning this one, or at least really competing. It was 3-0 after in the second, and then Chicago tied it up immediately with Grandal home run, a 3-run bomb, his 3rd of the season. Abreu hits his 7th of the season as well. For the Twins, Polanco hits his 3rd. Twins are in trouble. They gave up 6 more runs in the bullpen in this without Buxton. They're really in trouble with how they're going. Maeda, 300 runs over 5. Dylan Cease, it's 300 runs over 5 as well with 7 Ks. And then the bullpens. The White Sox taking care of business. Twins, the opposite, really. Next up, Padres 8, Rockies 1. And Rockies got out to a quick 1-0 lead, and they were kind of going along pretty good. And had me thinking, like, Tatis Jr. is going on the IL with COVID, and they had other situations in the locker room. I think a couple other guys had to miss as well. I can't remember who they were off the top of my head. Is Profar one of them? I can't even remember. But I was concerned whether they'd be able to compete on a day like this. A lot of distractions, offensive guys leaving the lineup. It looks like 8 runs over 1. I think they got lucky. They are playing the Rockies, so Lamet goes 2, 1 earned run. I'm always getting worried about seeing him because I know he's coming back from injury, so I don't know if he's leaving because of that or if just keeping him short leash. I'm fairly certain that's the reason. The short leash. Senzella, 5 innings pitched, 4 earned runs, and the loss here. And a big win for the Padres. Diamondbacks 11, Marlins 3. Home runs. Ahmed Cabrera hits his 8th or his 4th of the season, and then we have Aguilar hitting his 8th of the season for the Marlins, and he seems to be the only guy that can hit home runs in this Marlins. He had a 3-hit performance. Otherwise, the Marlins offense, looking at these averages, other than Aguilar, and we'll give Rojas a little credit. We're looking at all guys that are basically batting 200 or slightly above, slightly less. Not going to be good enough to be competing. Madison Bumgarner now 4-2 on the season. He went 7 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 9 Ks. So it looks like he's back a little bit. He's had now back-to-back quality starts. On the other side, Pablo Lopez 0-3, 6 earned runs, 3 3 Ks over 4. And his ERA is 3.07, so he's still solid. Even after this rough outing, he's still doing all right. This is really a battle, to me, a battle of kind of non-contenders, but Diamondbacks take care of business. Last game of the night, I believe we got the last game of the night here. Yeah, Dodgers 6, Mariners 4, and I gotta admit, it was 4-1 after 6, and I'm like, the Dodgers are really, like, they could very well have been 500 after this game, and that is not good. Mookie Betts got a rough strike call against him with the bases loaded, just full count bases loaded, way inside, and got called strike. It was almost like the tipping point for the Dodgers, but they managed to hold on. We got Mitch Haniger, 2 home runs for the Mariners. He's by far been their MVP on the bats. He's up to 10. Kyle Seager is up to 7. He hit 1 this game. And then for the Dodgers, Max Muncy, 6th. And Gavin Lux hits his first of the season. Gavin Lux had a 2-hit, 3 RBI performance. It's good to see. Buehler, 7 innings pitched, 4 earned runs, 8 Ks. Kind of been a little shaky the past 2 games with terms of giving up runs, but he's still gone deep, and that's what that's Buehler's good for. Casey Jensen's up to 6 saves. Kinchuchi went 6.1, 11 Ks, 3 earned runs for him in the no decision. Luckily, the Dodgers had a nice comeback late in this game. They put up 5 runs in the last 2 innings that they batted and managed to pull it out. But yeah, Tuesday, a lot of games, a lot of action. Hard to follow everything, but there was a lot of close games, and then there was also a lot of blowouts that weren't close. We had a couple walk-offs. We had 1 game go to extra innings, which out of 15, not so bad, only having 1. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. That was the May 11th, Tuesday baseball games, 15 of them. Go down there, like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys for the next video.